Hey, today we will bring you a romantic love story, so let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any meaningful stories. Part 1. Betrayal and Explosion. Anna Williams, 24 years old, is a creative employee at Dream Vibe, a small advertising company tucked away on a noisy street corner. With her rebellious green highlighted short hair, sparkling eyes, and a smile always on her lips, she's the office's resident comedian. Her colleagues adore Anna for her ability to turn any tense situation into a laugh. Once, when her boss criticized her design, Anna coolly replied, "Oh, I made it ugly so the clients would remember it longer." No one's forgetting Dream Vibe that easily. The whole room burst into laughter. Even her stern boss couldn't help but chuckle along. Anna is bold and blunt, the type who doesn't hesitate to speak her mind. She once stood in the middle of the cafeteria, pointing at a loudmouth coworker. "Talk trash about me one more time, and I'll shove the sandwich down your throat to shut you up for good." But in love, Anna is oddly naive. She placed all her trust in Jack, her boyfriend from college, whom she loved for 5 years. Jack, now a low-level manager at SparkEdge, Dream Vibe's rival company, isn't particularly handsome but has a warm smile that once melted Anna's heart. In the early days, Anna would tease, "Jack, if you ever leave me, I'll become a nun." Jack would laugh heartily, pulling her into a hug. "Who'd dare leave a treasure like you?" She nurtured their relationship like tending a plant, watering it, pruning it, waiting for it to bloom. Over 5 years, she stayed true to herself, believing Jack valued that too. Anna dreamed of a simple wedding, walking hand in hand with Jack into the future. But she never suspected that while she was lost in her dreams, Jack had quietly started tending someone else behind her back. On a Friday afternoon, Anna skipped out of the supermarket with a bag of plump fruit in hand. She'd planned a 5-year anniversary dinner with Jack, roasted chicken, salad, and a plate of oranges for dessert, his favorite. "Tonight's gotta be romantic. 5 years of just eating instant noodles is boring as hell," she muttered to herself, grinning as she pictured Jack hugging her from behind in the kitchen, praising her as the #1 chef. On her way home, Anna took a shortcut through the park near her place to save time. A few steps in, she froze when she spotted Jack's familiar car parked under an oak tree. "Huh? Jack said he had a late meeting." She frowned, stepping closer. Through the steamy car window, she saw 2 figures tangled together. Her heart pounded, a bad feeling rising. She pressed her face to the glass, and then she went numb. Jack was passionately kissing a girl, none other than Lily, her best friend from high school. Blood rushed to her head. Anna stood still for a few seconds, her hand gripping the bag of oranges until it trembled. Then, like a volcano erupting, she roared, "Open the door right now, you jerk!" She banged on the car door, her screams echoing through the park. Jack whipped around, his face paling when he saw Anna. Lily hurriedly fixed her clothes, her eyes wide with panic. "Anna, let me explain," Jack stammered, but Anna had lost all reason. "Explain my ass," she yelled, charging forward with the bag of oranges like a warrior heading into battle. As soon as the door opened, before Jack or Lily could get out, Anna grabbed the first orange from her bag and hurled it straight at Jack's face. "You like kissing? Kiss my orange." The fruit smacked him square in the forehead, juice splattering everywhere, as he clutched his face and yelped, "Anna, calm down." But Anna was beyond calming. She threw a second orange, then a third, shouting as she went, "You piece of trash! 5 years I cooked for you, washed your clothes, and now you cheat on me with my best friend? Go die." Lily cowered in the car, sobbing, "Anna, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." Anna spun toward her, eyes blazing. "Didn't mean to? Did you accidentally fall into his mouth? Don't fake cry. I'm not here to watch your drama." She lobbed an orange at Lily, hitting her shoulder and making her shriek. Jack tried to shield Lily, yelling back, "Are you crazy, Anna?" Then he dropped the line that stabbed Anna like a knife. "Who could stand 5 years of dating without doing anything? Did you think you were some saint?" Anna froze, tears welling up, but she clenched her teeth and sneered. "Yeah, I didn't do anything with you because I thought you were decent. Well, now you're free. Go do whatever with her." She flung the last orange, hitting Jack in the chest. then turned and walked away. Jack stood there, face dripping with orange juice, Lily crying beside him, while a few passers-by watched. An older woman even clapped. "Good hit, girl!" Anna marched home trying to stay tough, but as the car faded from view, tears spilled out. She bit her lip, telling herself, "Don't cry over that jerk." But her legs shook and the pain tore through her chest. Jack's words, "Who could stand 5 years of dating without doing anything?" echoed in her mind, shattering her trust like a hammer blow. Anna rushed home, her heart in chaos, wanting nothing more than to hide in a corner and scream. Part 2. Pain and Self-Destruction. The Fateful Night. Anna rushed home, her trembling legs nearly giving out beneath her. She shoved the door open, slamming the old wooden frame so hard the hinges screeched. Her bag dropped to the floor, but she didn't bother picking it up. She just collapsed into the corner of the living room, burying her face in her hands and sobbing uncontrollably. "I'm so stupid, so damn stupid," she wailed, her voice breaking with hiccups. Tears poured out like rain, soaking the sleeves of the sweater she'd once worn on dates with Jack. Her small apartment, where she'd once dreamed of building a family with Jack, now felt like a box trapping her pain. Anna looked around. The sofa where Jack used to cuddle her while watching movies. The dining table where she'd meticulously cooked for him. All of it now just shattered memories. She tormented herself. Who was I saving myself for? 5 years of holding back just to be laughed at? Jack's words, "Who could stand 5 years of dating without doing anything?" cut into her heart like a knife. That bastard dared to say that to me, like I'm some piece of trash, she screamed, pounding her fist on the floor until her knuckles turned red. The mix of pain and humiliation was unbearable. Anna stood up, stumbling to the fridge, and yanked out a cheap bottle of red wine left over from last month's birthday. "You think I'm some saint, Jack? I'm not. I'm just an idiot," she muttered, chugging straight from the bottle without bothering with a glass. Wine spilled past her lips, trickling down her neck, but she didn't care. A self-destructive impulse surged within her. If I'm worthless to everyone, if I'm just a joke, then I'll ruin it all. I don't need to hold back anymore. She hurled the bottle to the floor, the sound of shattering glass ringing out like a declaration of war against herself. Wiping her tears, she stood up, shouting, "Fine, I'll show you how I live now." Then she stormed out of the house, fueled by rage and a reckless resolve. Anna marched into a nearby bar, a place she'd once scoffed at as for posers who live for attention. But tonight, she wasn't the cheerful Anna anymore. She barreled up to the counter and barked, "Give me a whiskey. No, 2. I need a drink to forget everything." The young bartender glanced at her red-rimmed eyes and shaky voice, but poured the drinks without a word. Anna grabbed the glass of whiskey and downed it in one gulp, her face scrunching at the bitter burn that hit her nose. "Men are all garbage," she mumbled, her words starting to slur as the alcohol took hold. She turned to the stranger sipping beer next to her. "Hey, you got a girlfriend? If you do, watch out, or she'll cheat on you with your best friend." The guy gave an awkward laugh, shook his head, and slipped away. Anna burst into laughter, but it quickly turned into sobs. "I don't need to hold back anymore. I don't need anyone's pity," she told herself, ordering a third drink, then a fourth. The alcohol sent her head spinning, but Jack's words still echoed. Who could stand 5 years of dating without doing anything? Anna slammed her hand on the counter, yelling, "Yeah, I didn't do anything with you, so what? Now I'll do whatever I want, and you can't stop me." A few people nearby turned to stare, some snickering, but Anna didn't care. She slumped back in her chair, eyes glassy, then noticed a man sitting at the end of the bar. He wore a sleek black suit with sharp features and deep, brooding eyes that seemed lost in thought. "Pretty hot," Anna muttered, a smirk tugging at her lips. In her drunken haze, a wild idea sparked. If I've got nothing left, why not try with him? She stood up, staggering toward him, driven by impulse and despair. Anna approached the man, bracing herself against the bar to stay upright, then locked eyes with him. "Hey, you, want to sleep with me?" Her voice was bold yet trembling, as if daring the world to push back. The man, David, looked up, his dark brown eyes flickering with surprise. He frowned and replied coolly, "You're drunk. Go home." But Anna wouldn't back down. She plopped into the seat next to him, smirking. "So what if I'm drunk? If you won't sleep with me, I'll find someone else. Plenty of guys out there would." David studied her, a hint of hesitation in his gaze. Anna leaned closer, her tone dripping with provocation. "What? Scared? Or are you like that jerk, just all talk and no action?" David sighed, clearly reluctant to get involved, but her threat to find someone else made him relent. "Fine," he said curtly, standing up as Anna grabbed his hand. In her drunken stupor, she suddenly threw her arms around his neck, standing on tiptoe to kiss him hard on the lips. David stiffened but didn't push her away, letting her lean against him as he guided her out. That night's memories were fragmented for Anna. She recalled dragging David out of the bar, the cold feel of his lips tinged with alcohol, and the pounding of her heart in her chest. But the next morning, she woke up in a luxurious penthouse, her head throbbing like it had been hit with a hammer. She lay in bed, fully covered by blankets, her clothes still on, no sign that anything had happened. On the bedside table was a handwritten note, "Don't hurt yourself over someone else. David." Anna read it, stunned, then let out a bitter laugh. "Damn it, what the hell did I do? And he really didn't do anything?" She clutched her head, a mix of shame and shock washing over her, hardly believing that the handsome stranger had been so decent. Part 3. Hilarious Coincidence. The CEO's Secret. A week had passed since that fateful night at the bar, and Anna was slowly regaining her footing, though the wound in her heart hadn't fully healed. She told herself to focus on work to forget Jack and the humiliation of his betrayal. Today was a big day. Dream Vibe had a contract signing with Blackstone, a financial giant that the entire company had been eagerly anticipating. Anna slipped into a deep teal office dress, tied her hair up high, and strode confidently into the meeting room with a thick stack of documents in hand. "I've got to nail this today. No way I'm letting that jerk Jack think I have fallen apart because of him," she muttered, forcing a strained smile in the mirror before heading out. The meeting room was packed, the atmosphere tense yet buzzing with excitement. Anna's boss, Mr. David, stood up to introduce the guests. "Today, we're honored to work with the Blackstone Corporation, and this is their CEO, Mr. David Blackwell." Anna was busy adjusting her papers, not paying much attention, until a deep, cool voice cut through. "Pleasure to collaborate with Dream Vibe." Her head snapped up, and her heart nearly stopped. Standing before her, in an elegant black suit with sharp features and those deep brown eyes, was the very man she dragged out of the bar last week, David. Anna was so shocked she nearly dropped her files, her mouth falling open, but no words coming out. "Oh my God, why him?" she screamed internally, her face burning like she'd been splashed with boiling water. David glanced at her, a flicker of recognition in his eyes, but he quickly resumed his professional, icy demeanor. "I've reviewed Dream Vibe's team," he said evenly, "and I'd like Miss Williams to manage this project, reporting directly to me." The room erupted in applause, her colleagues turning to congratulate her, but Anna just wanted to sink through the floor. "What? Work with him? After that night I hugged his neck and kissed him?" She sat frozen, her mind spinning, silently praying for the ground to crack open and swallow her whole. David took his seat, his gaze sweeping over Anna again, the corner of his mouth twitching as if suppressing a smile. Anna bit her lip, thinking, "I'm screwed, he remembers me. But why pick me? Is he messing with me?" She had no idea this encounter was just the start of a string of comical troubles ahead. The first meeting between Dream Vibe and Blackstone kicked off right after, and Anna resolved to stay professional so no one would suspect anything between her and David. But life had other plans. As she stood to present the project plan, her hands trembling from nerves, she accidentally knocked over a tray of coffee on the table. A full cup of hot coffee splashed onto David's suit, making him pause mid-motion while Anna yelped, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She fumbled for tissues to wipe it off, but the more she dabbed, the worse it got, the coffee spreading across his chest. The room fell silent, her colleagues staring like she'd just triggered a catastrophe. David furrowed his brow, giving her an unreadable look, then suddenly said, "Do you have a habit of ruining people, Ms. Williams?" His tone was cold but laced with a hint of teasing, prompting a few chuckles around the room. Anna blushed furiously but refused to back down, retorting, "No, I'm just good at throwing things. Want to test me?" She mimed tossing the tissue and the room burst into laughter. Even her stern boss cracked a smile. David's lips twitched upward, but he didn't reply, though his eyes glinted with faint amusement. Throughout the meeting, Anna tried to avoid looking at David, but he kept firing project-related questions at her, forcing her to respond. When she stumbled over some figures, flustered beyond reason, David quietly corrected her on the board, saying calmly, "I think you meant 15%, not 50%, right?" Anna blinked, nodding frantically. Yes, that's right," she thought to herself. "How'd he know to fix that for me? Don't tell me he's been watching me this whole time." After the meeting, her coworkers patted her shoulder. "Anna, the CEO's got his eye on you." She forced a laugh, not sure if that's a good thing or a punishment. But deep down, David's blend of coolness and subtle kindness left her rattled. Post-meeting, Anna sat at her desk, cradling her head as she mulled over David. That night at the bar kept replaying, her dragging him out, kissing him, then waking up with nothing having happened. "Does he look down on me?" she wondered, biting her nails anxiously. "I was drunk, begging him to sleep with me, and he didn't do anything. Does he think I'm some lunatic?" The thought made her cringe, yet piqued her curiosity. David was aloof, enigmatic, but he didn't seem to judge her, which threw her off balance. She recalled his gaze in the meeting, not scornful but observant, with a trace of something she couldn't pin down. "Why'd he pick me for the project? Coincidence or on purpose?" she muttered, standing to make coffee to clear her head. Then she laughed at herself. "Whatever, I'm tough. I've got nothing to be shy about. If he looks down on me, so be it. I'll still do my job well." She resolved not to let personal baggage derail her work, though David still lingered in her mind. The next day, Anna got an email from David requesting a detailed project report by the end of the week. His tone was curt and frosty. "Ms. Williams, I need the report by Friday. Don't disappoint me." She read it, pouting. What's with the seriousness? Don't tell me he's mad about the coffee. Unbeknownst to her, behind David's cryptic demeanor was a quiet concern she hadn't yet noticed. Anna sighed, muttering, "Fine. You want to play?" "I'll play." She started typing the report, grumbling under her breath. "Let's see who breaks who first." Part 4. Climax. Confrontation in the past. Anna had grown accustomed to working with David after a few weeks of collaborating with Blackstone. Though he maintained his cool, professional demeanor, the way he quietly fixed her mistakes during meetings or subtly smirked when she clumsily dropped things made it impossible for her to dislike him. Still, she couldn't help but wonder, why is a handsome, wealthy guy like him so alone? Does no one put up with that icy personality? She often mused this to herself whenever she saw David sitting solo in the meeting room, his deep eyes hiding an ocean of secrets. One afternoon, while Anna munched on a sandwich in the company cafeteria with colleagues, she overheard gossip about David. Jenny, the chatty receptionist, lowered her voice dramatically. "You guys know what? Blackstone's CEO David almost got married 3 years ago." Anna paused mid-bite, pretending not to care, but her ears perked up. "Really? Why didn't he?" Tom, the designer, pressed. Jenny sipped her water and continued. "Rumor has it his fiancé, a famous model, cheated on him right before the wedding. She hooked up with her manager and got caught red-handed in a hotel." Anna nearly choked on her drink, coughing loudly as the table turned to look at her. "You okay, Anna?" Jenny asked. Anna nodded, wiping her mouth to hide her shock. "Yeah, fine, keep going." Jenny giggled and went on. "They say David had everything ready, the ring, the venue, the guests, the works. But when he found out, he called off the wedding on the spot, no explanation. He hasn't mentioned romance since. People say he lost all faith in love." Tom nodded. "No wonder he's so cold. I'd probably swear off dating too if that happened to me." Anna sat quietly, her mind reeling. She pictured David, the man she'd pegged as an emotionless ice block, standing amid the wreckage of a canceled wedding, holding a ring with nowhere to put it. Funny how that works, she muttered inwardly. We both got cheated on. She recalled the day she pelted Jack with oranges, the sting of betrayal from someone she trusted most. Suddenly, Anna felt an odd kinship with David. Guess he's not so different from me, she thought, a mix of amusement and bitterness swirling inside. That afternoon, during a team meeting, Anna observed David more closely. He sat across from her, reading documents with an expressionless face, but she noticed small details she'd overlooked before. The way he gripped his pen tightly when stressed, the faint sigh he let out when he thought no one heard. He's not cold, she told herself. He's just built walls so no one can hurt him again. She remembered that night at the bar when she dragged him out and kissed him. He didn't take advantage of me, not because he didn't want to, but because he's scared. The realization hit her, and she zoned out, forgetting she was holding a cup of water until it spilled across the table. David looked up, frowning. Ms. Williams, you all right? Anna snapped back, forcing a laugh. Yeah, fine, just lost in thought. She grabbed a tissue to wipe the table, but inwardly wondered, if he's been hurt like me, why'd he pick me to work with? Coincidence or something more? After the meeting, Anna lingered alone in the room, staring out the window. She mumbled, David Blackwell, you're one tough puzzle. But so what if you got cheated on? I did too, and I'm still doing fine. She laughed aloud, imagining them swapping betrayal stories like old friends. Bet he never threw oranges at his ex, she thought, then added, oh well, he's not so bad. At least he didn't do anything to me that night. This unexpected empathy made Anna feel closer to David, though she wasn't ready to admit it. She decided to dig deeper into him, not out of curiosity, but because of a strange feeling growing inside her, one she wasn't ready to name. Weeks after that bar night and the tense work sessions with David, Anna felt her life stabilizing again. She stayed busy with the Blackstone project, still clumsily spilling things in front of David. But at least she wasn't crying over Jack anymore. That jerk doesn't deserve my tears, she told herself each morning, applying lipstick in the mirror. But life never let Anna off easy. One afternoon, as she left Dream Vibe after work, a familiar voice called out, Anna, wait up! She turned and saw Jack, the ex she'd once bombarded with oranges. He wore a wrinkled shirt, his hair a mess, looking far worse than the day she caught him kissing Lily in the car. Anna crossed her arms, her voice icy. What do you want? Don't tell me you're lost and begging for scraps. Jack stepped closer, his face full of regret. Anna, I know I messed up. Just hear me out once, please. Anna smirked, tilting her head like she was sizing up a wet dog. Messed up? Oh, how cute. You just figured that out now, after you and my best friend played tonsil hockey in your car? Jack bowed his head, his voice shaky. Lily tricked me, Anna. She said she was just comforting me because I was stressed from work, and things went too far. I didn't mean to betray you. Anna burst into laughter so loud that passers-by turned to stare. Lily tricked you? You think I'm a 3-year-old? She said, dripping with sarcasm. Did you accidentally fall into her mouth? Or were you forced to strip and hug her in the car? Don't act in front of me. I'm not here for it. Jack reached for her hand. Anna, I'm really sorry. I know how good you were to me. 5 years, and I've never met anyone like you. Give me another chance. Anna yanked her hand back, eyes blazing. You think I'm a dumpster you can crawl back to? You threw me away, got bored with her, and now you're back? Get lost. She pointed down the street, her shout making Jack flinch. I gave you 5 years and you paid me back with a giant pair of horns on my head. What do you want now? For me to be stupid again? She sneered, shaking her head. Dream on, Jack. I'm not that naive girl anymore. Jack wouldn't give up, dropping to his knees in the street, pleading, Anna, I beg you. I'll fix it. I'll do anything to make it up to you. Anna watched, unmoved, finding it comical. Kneeling? Did you learn that from a Korean drama? Too bad I don't like cheap shows, she said, turning to leave. But then a deep, cold voice cut in from behind. She told you to get lost, Didn't you hear?" Anna spun around, shocked to see David standing there, hands in his pockets, his sharp gaze fixed on Jack. He stepped forward, grabbing Anna's hand naturally and pulling her close. "She's mine," David said evenly, his tone commanding. "Stay away from her unless you want trouble." Jack looked up, pale and stammering. "Who are you?" David smirked, replying curtly, "Someone you don't need to know." Anna stood still, heart pounding, not from fear, but from sheer surprise. "Mine? He just said, I'm his," she thought, torn between embarrassment and amusement. Jack glanced between David and Anna, clearly intimidated by David's presence. "Anna, who's this guy?" he asked, voice trembling. Anna shrugged, grinning wickedly. "My new boyfriend. Handsomer than you, richer than you, and doesn't know what cheating is. Jealous yet?" Jack stood, face flushed with anger, but he didn't dare challenge David. "Fine, Anna, you'll regret this," he muttered, storming off like a beaten dog. Anna watched him go, relieved, then turned to David. "What are you doing here? And what's with the 'she's mine' bit?" David let go of her hand, his tone flat. "I was passing by, saw you in trouble." That line was just to get rid of him. Anna pouted. "Well, thanks, but don't claim me as yours next time. I haven't sold myself to anyone yet." David chuckled, the first real laugh she'd seen from him, and said, "I'm not buying. But if you want to throw oranges at him again, I'll help." Anna laughed heartily. "Deal. Next time, you're my assistant." She didn't realize this moment had brought them closer, though neither acknowledged it yet. After Jack's pathetic apology and Anna's blunt rejection, she thought she'd seen the last of her scummy ex. But Jack wasn't one to let go easily. A few days later, on a late afternoon as Anna waited for the bus near the office, she spotted his familiar figure approaching. This time, he wasn't the remorseful wreck from before. His face was red, eyes wild with rage, clearly drunk from somewhere before showing up. Anna crossed her arms, frowning. "What now? Not tired of me yelling at you yet?" Jack stopped in front of her, his voice harsh. "Anna, you think you're hot stuff, huh? Found some rich, pretty boy, and now you look down on me?" Anna smirked, tilting her head. "Yeah, I've looked down on you since the day you kissed Lily in that car. No need to wait till now." Jack stepped closer, reeking of alcohol. "Don't act all high and mighty. You think I don't know about that night you got drunk at the bar? You were so easy you slept with some random guy and now you pretend you're better than me?" Anna froze for a second, stunned that Jack knew about that night. Maybe Lily had heard and spread it to smear her. But she quickly regained her composure, laughing loudly. "Easy, huh? I can still throw oranges at your face. Want to try again?" She pointed at him, voice defiant. "You think you've got any right to judge me? You betrayed me first, and now you dare bark nonsense here? You're pure trash." Jack exploded, shouting, "Yeah, you're so great, but you're just easy. Your new guy'll ditch you soon enough." His words were like fuel on a fire, but before Anna could snap back, a cold, deep voice interrupted. "Had enough yet?" Anna turned, shocked to see David approaching, hands in his pockets, his piercing gaze locked on Jack. He stood beside her, towering over Jack, his presence overwhelming enough to make Jack step back instinctively. David sized Jack up, his voice steady but powerful. "She's stronger than you by 1,000 times. You're not even worthy of comparison, let alone opening your mouth to insult her." Anna stood there, heart racing, not from fear but from exhilaration. "He's defending me, and he called me strong," she thought, a grin tugging at her lips. Jack stammered, Who are you to talk to me like that?" David smirked. "Her boyfriend. And you? A loser?" Jack's face burned red, trembling with fury, but David's calm confidence left him powerless. Anna jumped in, voice dripping with sarcasm. "Hear that, Jack? He's my boyfriend, and you're just trash I tossed out ages ago. Stop stinking up the air." She crossed her arms, glaring at him with contempt, reveling in David's backup. Jack gritted his teeth, pointing at Anna. "Fine, enjoy yourselves, but you'll regret this, Anna." He stumbled off, drunk and humiliated. Anna watched, laughing. "Regret? I only regret not chucking a dozen more oranges at you. She turned to David, still surprised. Passing by again? How do you always show up when I'm in a mess? David relaxed his stance, voice cool. I just finished a meeting nearby, saw you getting harassed, so I stepped in. Anna pouted, teasing. Yeah, and played hero again, huh? What's with the her boyfriend thing? When do you appoint yourself that? David glanced at her, a faint smile breaking through. You didn't like it? I thought you needed help chasing him off. Anna laughed. Oh, I liked it. But next time you want to be my boyfriend, ask me first, or I'll throw oranges at you too. David didn't reply, just nodded slightly, but his eyes held a rare warmth. Anna stood there, thrilled from sending Jack packing and flustered by David's words. She's stronger than you by 1,000 times, echoed in her mind, making her smile unconsciously. This guy's cold as hell, but damn useful, she thought, feeling lighter than ever. This showdown wasn't just a win over Jack. It was the moment Anna realized David wasn't just a mysterious CEO. He was becoming a vital part of her life. Part 5. Major conflict, feelings laid bare. After the tense confrontation with Jack at the bus stop, Anna thought her ex would vanish from her life for good. But Jack wasn't the type to let go of his grudge so easily. A few days later, as Anna sat in the Dream Vibe office typing up a report for the Blackstone project, she noticed an odd shift in the air. Colleagues began whispering, some casting strange glances her way, and even Jenny, the gossipy receptionist, dodged her when she asked to borrow a pen. What's wrong with everyone? Anna muttered, shrugging it off and returning to work, assuming they were just buzzing about the latest Korean drama. But at lunch, the truth came crashing down. Tom, the kind-hearted designer, pulled Anna aside in the cafeteria and whispered, Anna, have you heard the rumor? They're saying you slept with CEO David to land the Blackstone project manager role. Anna froze, nearly dropping her sandwich. What? Slept with David? Who said that? She shouted, drawing stares. Tom scratched his head, hesitant. Word is Jack started it. He told some folks at SparkEdge, and it spread here. He's saying you're easy, that you'd sleep with anyone to climb the ladder. Anna felt her blood boil, her hand clenching the sandwich until it crumpled. That bastard Jack, she growled, shooting to her feet. She stormed out of the cafeteria, ignoring curious eyes, ready to hunt Jack down and give him hell. But she stopped herself, thinking, no, I can't let that jerk drag me into the mud again. She returned to her desk, but her chest burned with rage. The rumor spread like wildfire, and by day's end, the whole office was abuzz. An older coworker even sniped as she passed by. Pretty clever, knowing how to climb high, huh? Anna wanted to hurl her computer at the woman's face. The next day, the rumor grew uglier. A group huddled by the water cooler, murmuring, heard Anna threw herself at CEO David right from the contract signing. Bet she got drunk and messed around, just like that night at the bar. Anna happened to walk by and caught every word. She stopped, crossed her arms, and smirked. If you've got something to say it loud. Why whisper like rats? The group flinched, falling silent. But one bold guy piped up, well, people say you slept with the CEO to get ahead, right? Anna trembled with fury, but instead of crying or explaining, she burst into laughter. So what if I slept with him? He's 100 times hotter than Jack, 1,000 times richer. I'd come out ahead. She pointed at the guy, voice defiant. But let me tell you, I got this job with talent, not whatever you're imagining. Believe it or don't, otherwise get lost. The group stood dumbfounded, too stunned to reply, and quietly dispersed. Anna turned away, striding off with pride, but inside her heart ached. I didn't do anything wrong. Why do I have to deal with this? She thought, eyes stinging as she fought back tears. The rumor eventually reached David. At the next Blackstone team meeting, Anna sensed an unusual heaviness in the room. She presented her plan, but some colleagues eyed her suspiciously. When the meeting ended, David spoke up. I have something to address. He stood, his icy gaze sweeping the room. I've heard rumors that Ms. Williams advanced due to a personal relationship with me. Let me be clear, that's a lie. His deep voice carried unshakable authority, silencing everyone. He continued, Ms. Williams was chosen for her skills, not for any other reason. I know who started this rumor, and I'll sue them for defamation. If anyone here keeps spreading it, I won't let it slide. His stare pierced each person, his presence so commanding no one dared breathe loudly. Anna sat still, heart pounding, stunned that David would publicly defend her like this. He knows it's Jack, she thought, both shocked and touched. After the meeting, David asked Anna to stay behind. Alone in the room, he turned to her, his tone softer. You okay? Anna nodded, then smirked. Yeah, I'm fine. Called easy and still kicking. Thanks for shutting down the rumor, or I'd have to start throwing oranges at the whole company. David's lips twitched. I don't want my project manager distracted by nonsense. Anna grinned. So you're worried about me? Don't tell me you actually like me. David didn't answer, just turned away, but a hint of warmth flickered in his eyes. Anna left the meeting room lighter than ever. Not only was she cleared, but she felt David's genuine protection. This guy's cold, but pretty reliable, she thought, whistling as she walked. The rumor faded, and Anna knew that no matter what Jack tried, she'd stand tall, especially with David backing her up. After David quashed the office rumor, Anna sensed a subtle shift in their relationship. He remained distant and professional, but his quiet corrections during meetings and timely rescues made it impossible to see him as just a detached CEO anymore. She started noticing little things, the way he furrowed his brow over reports, how he always sat alone in the break room with black coffee, no sugar. This guy's really lonely, she often thought, a mix of curiosity and empathy sparked by the story of his past she'd heard from coworkers. One late evening, with the office empty, Anna stayed behind to finish the final Blackstone report. She sat in the meeting room, typing like a storm, muttering, "Done with this, and I can rest. God, I'm exhausted." The door creaked open, and David walked in, holding a coffee cup. Anna jumped, looking up. "What are you doing here? Don't tell me you're checking my report at midnight." David didn't reply immediately, just set the coffee on the table in front of her, saying evenly, "I saw the meeting room light on. Figured you were still here." Anna eyed the coffee, then him, smirking. "Oh, you can care about people? I thought you only knew how to freeze the world out." David sat across from her, not arguing, just giving that rare half-smile she was starting to recognize. "You're working too hard," he said, his tone gentler than usual. Anna shrugged. "Gotta, or you'll kick me off the project, right? I'm pretty attached to this manager gig." But she didn't expect her joke to spark a conversation she'd never imagined. David studied her for a moment, his deep eyes weighing something. Then he said out of nowhere, "I like you." Anna, mid-sip, nearly choked, coughing so hard tears welled up. "What? What did you just say?" she sputtered, wiping her mouth, staring at him like he was an alien. David didn't repeat it, just went on, his voice low but firm. "I've liked you since that night you were crying and rambling at the bar." Anna blinked, her mind flashing back to that fateful night, drunk, dragging David out, kissing him, then waking up fully clothed. "Wait," she said, skeptical. "You liked me since then? When I was wasted, begging you to sleep with me?" David nodded, his lips curving slightly. "Yeah. You were crying, cursing men as trash, then asked if I wanted your first time. I'd never met anyone so honest." Anna burst into laughter, loud enough to echo through the room. "Oh my God, are you crazy? You liked me because I was crying and babbling? Do you have a thing for lunatics or something?" She clutched her stomach, but David didn't join her laughter, just watched with a rare softness. "No," he said, "I like you because you're real. You cry when you're hurt, yell when you're mad. You don't hide anything. I can't do that." Anna stopped laughing, staring at him, seeing him open up for the first time. She tilted her head, teasing, "Oh, so you like me because I'm good at throwing oranges? Or because I spilled coffee on your suit?" David chuckled, a short, genuine sound she'd never heard before. "No," he replied, "because you're honest. You remind me what it's like to trust someone, something I lost a long time ago." Anna went quiet, caught off guard by his reference to his past. She recalled the co-worker's story, his fiancé cheating right before their wedding, leaving him broken. "So," she said softer, You like me because we're alike. Both got cheated on? David frowned slightly, then nodded. Maybe, but you're different. You didn't let that pain crush you. You're stronger than I thought. His compliment made Anna blush, but she masked it with a quip. Strong? Yeah, strong enough to chuck oranges at my ex. Want to try? David laughed again, shaking his head. No, I don't want to be your ex. Anna's heart skipped, but she played it cool. Oh, planning to be my new boyfriend? Don't get ahead of yourself. I haven't said yes. David didn't reply, just gazed at her with warmth, as if he'd decided something long ago. I'm not rushing, he said, standing, but I wanted you to know. You don't have to answer now. He turned to leave, but Anna called after him. Hey, David, if you really like me, don't let me spill coffee on you again. I'd be mortified. He paused, glanced back, and nodded. Deal. Next time, I'll hold the cup for you. Anna sat alone in the meeting room, clutching the coffee he'd brought, her mind a tangled mess. He liked me since that night? What's wrong with this guy? She muttered, laughing and shaking her head. But deep down, she couldn't deny his confession stirred her. Honest, huh? Yeah, I'm honest. But he's not bad either, she thought, smiling dazedly. That night of crying and ranting wasn't just an embarrassment anymore. It had become the strange thread tying her to David in a way she'd never expected. After David's late-night confession, Anna couldn't stop thinking about him. His words, I've liked you since that night you were crying and rambling, looped in her head like a stuck song. Sprawled on her sofa at home, hugging a pillow, she stared at the ceiling, mumbling, He's nuts, liking me from when I was drunk and cursing life? So why do I feel kinda happy? She laughed, but it faded as she noticed her heart racing whenever David crossed her mind. In the days that followed, Anna tried acting normal around him at work. But every time he appeared, in his crisp black suit, with that steady voice, or smirking faintly when she dropped something, her insides twisted. Am I actually falling for him, she wondered, typing a report while nibbling her nails. She replayed the times he'd stood up for her, chasing off Jack at the bus stop, shutting down the office rumor. Even that night, he didn't take advantage of her, despite her drunken antics. He's not like Jack, she thought. He doesn't just talk, he acts. But Anna resisted admitting it. She told herself, like him? No way. It's just because he's hot and rich. Anyone would feel a little something. She paced her living room, grasping for excuses. I'm Anna Williams, strong, independent. I don't need a man. I just leaned on him when I was weak, right? But she stopped, catching her reflection in the mirror, her eyes sparkling at the thought of David. Damn it, I can't fool myself anymore, she muttered, sinking to the floor with her face in her hands. Anna started recalling every detail about David, how he quietly fixed her mistakes in meetings, brought her coffee late at night, said, You're stronger than I thought, with that gentle look. He gets me, she thought, her heart warming. Not because he's a CEO, not because he's rich or handsome, but because he sees the real me, the girl who cries, curses, and throws oranges at her ex. She laughed, picturing David watching her pelt Jack, not judging, just silently standing by her. She thought of David's past, betrayed by his fiancé days before their wedding. He's like me, hurt but still here, she murmured. No, he fell apart. He just hides it behind that cold mask. Me, I let it all out. Anna realized that difference was what drew them together. He understood her pain, not through words but actions. I really like him, she whispered, finally admitting it without dodging. But admitting it didn't mean accepting it easily. She stood, pacing again, arguing with herself. Love him? I just got free of Jack. How can I jump into another guy? What if he betrays me too? She recalled the humiliation of seeing Jack kiss Lily, the sobs in her empty apartment. No, I don't want to hurt again. She shook her head, trying to smother her growing feelings. Then she paused, gazing out at the starry night sky. But David's not Jack, she told herself. He didn't use me, didn't mock me, didn't leave me alone when I needed someone. She remembered that bar night, drunk, dragging him out, Yet he kept her safe despite every chance to do otherwise. He's not that kind of guy, she thought, feeling trust bloom for the first time since her 5-year heartbreak. Anna plopped onto the sofa, hugging her pillow, grinning like a fool. I love David, not because he's a CEO, not because he saved me from Jack, but because he gets me, the crazy, honest to a fault me. She laughed loudly. Strong or not, love's love. Life's short. Why not? She grabbed a water bottle from the fridge, chugging it like she was sealing her resolve. All right, David Blackwell, you dare like me? I'll like you right back. Let's see who caves first. The next day at the Blackstone meeting, Anna looked at David differently. He was still cool and professional, but when he asked, Ms. Williams, how's the report? She replied with a sly grin. Done, but you better check it carefully, or I'll spill coffee on you again. David's lips twitched. No reply, but his eyes softened. Anna sat back relieved, thinking, love's fine, but I'm still Anna. Strong and not taking anyone's crap. She knew that even if she loved David, she'd stay herself, and that she was sure was what he loved about her too. Part 6. Complete Happiness. The collaboration between Dream Vibe and Blackstone finally wrapped up after months of intense work. To celebrate, the company threw a grand party at a luxurious hotel in the city center. Anna slipped into a striking red dress, her hair tied high to reveal her slender neck, stepping in with a radiant smile. Tonight, I'm letting loose, she muttered, adjusting her dress while thinking of David. Having realized her feelings, Anna decided it was time to take action. No more waiting for David to make a move. She'd confess herself. Strong means strong, but love means speaking up, she told herself, brimming with resolve. The party buzzed with energy. Colleagues clinked glasses, laughter filling the room. Anna mingled in the crowd, a glass of wine in hand, her eyes scanning for David. He arrived late, cutting a sharp figure in his black suit, his cool demeanor still drawing every gaze. He approached the leadership table, shook a few hands, then quietly grabbed a drink and stood off to the side. This guy's always alone in a crowd, Anna thought, amused yet touched. After a few glasses, the wine emboldened her. Taking a deep breath, she marched to the small stage mid-room, where the band had just paused for mingling. She snatched the mic from the MC, turning every head. Listen up, everyone, she shouted, her voice booming through the speakers. Colleagues gaped, some whistling in encouragement. Anna grinned, pointing at David. David Blackwell, I've got something to say to you. David froze, his glass hovering midair, eyes locking onto her. The room went silent, whispers rippling. What's she doing? Anna didn't care. She bellowed on, David, I like you. Liked you since that night I dragged you out drunk, since you shut down those rumors for me, since the way you're cold but still care. Can't handle it? Reject me then? Otherwise, stand there and hear me out. The room erupted. Claps, cheers, laughter. Anna stood on stage, heart pounding, but fearless. I said it. Now he can do what he wants, she thought, staring him down. David set his glass aside, weaving through the crowd, his gaze unwavering. As he reached the stage's edge, everyone held their breath. He looked up, lips twitching. I can handle it. Then to gasps, he climbed on stage, pulled Anna close, and kissed her deeply, bold and unrestrained, as if he'd been waiting for this moment forever. Thunderous applause broke out, colleagues whooping wildly. Anna froze for a second, then hugged him back, laughing mid-kiss. You can handle it, huh? Fine. You're mine now. David pulled away, his eyes soft. I've never not handled you. Anna blushed but teased. Yeah? Reject me, and I'd have thrown oranges at your face. They laughed together, the party's twinkling lights and cheers sealing them as a couple before all. Anna's bold confession spread like wildfire through the company and the ad industry. Jack, still at Spark Edge, couldn't escape hearing about it. Already bitter from Anna's rejection, he seethed seeing her happy with someone like David. But fate wasn't done with him. One morning, news broke. Spark Edge faced an investigation for financial fraud. The company had inflated revenue to lure investors, and Jack, a low-level manager, was directly involved. Evidence showed he'd faked reports to hide losses, chasing a promotion. When economic police raided the office, Jack was summoned for questioning, Trembling, he pleaded, "I was just following orders." But no one bailed him out. Spark Edge fired him on the spot to save face, and he lost his job in disgrace. Jobless, Jack scraped by on meager savings. Desperate, he called Anna, begging, "Anna, I messed up. Please ask David to help me find work." She smirked over the phone. "You think I'm a charity? You dug your grave. Crawl out yourself." She hung up, pitiless. Jack stood in his rundown apartment, staring at the blank screen, knowing he'd lost everything: his career, dignity, and any shot at Anna. Meanwhile, Lily, Anna's former best friend, fared no better. Dumped by Jack after his scandal, she heard about Anna and David's romance. Scheming, she figured a rich CEO like David could be seduced. Dressed to impress, she strutted into Blackstone's HQ, requesting a meeting under the guise of business. When ushered into his office, she flashed a flirty smile. "David, I'm Anna's friend. I think we could work together. Beyond business, too." David sat behind his desk, his icy gaze raking over her. He didn't stand, replying curtly, "I'm not interested." Lily pressed on, stepping closer, reaching for his hand. "You don't know me yet. I could make you happier than Anna." David pulled back, rising, his voice cutting. "I don't like people who can't throw oranges." Lily blinked. "Throw oranges? What's that mean?" David smirked. "Anna would get it. Now leave before I call security." Humiliated, Lily stormed out, fuming. She hadn't expected such a brutal rebuff, and "can't throw oranges" slapped her confidence down. Word spread, turning her into a laughingstock among friends. Jack and Lily, the duo who'd betrayed Anna, now reaped their just desserts, wallowing in failure and isolation. Anna and David's relationship bloomed after the party. No longer distant, they dined together often, and Anna grew used to David's quiet care in his own way. One evening, he invited her to his penthouse, where it all began that drunken night. She stepped in, scanning the lavish space, laughing. "God, last time I was here, I thought I'd been kidnapped." David stood by the window, turning to her. "You're more King Shang this time." Anna flopped onto the sofa, teasing, "Yeah, awake enough to see what you'll do to me." But she didn't expect what came next. David approached, knelt before her, holding a small box. Anna gaped. "Wait, what are you doing? Don't tell me." He opened it, revealing a simple yet elegant silver ring glinting under the light. "Anna," he said, voice warm, "I want you with me. Not just one night, but a lifetime." Anna stared at him, then the ring, tears welling but quickly replaced by a laugh. "Oh my God, you're proposing? No oranges this time, just my heart." She lunged into his arms, yelling, "Yes, I'll do it. But you better not cheat, or I'll throw a whole basket at your face." David laughed, a rare bright sound, hugging her tight. "I wouldn't dare. You're the only one I want." They held a small wedding months later, inviting only close friends and family. Anna glowed in a white dress beside David in his black suit, beaming for the camera. She was no longer the girl sobbing over Jack. She'd found true love, someone who saw and cherished her real self. Jack and Lily faded into a distant past as Anna and David built a future, leaving pain behind. One evening, lounging on the penthouse sofa, Anna leaned on David's shoulder, whispering, "You know, I never thought that drunk night would lead me here." He held her hand, replying, "Neither did I, but I'm glad you dragged me along." Anna laughed. "Yeah, dragging you was my smartest move." They embraced under the warm lights, their happiness complete, like a perfect dream. Thank you for following this heartfelt story of Soul Stories channel. Share your thoughts about the story in the comments below. If you believe that true love can withstand all trials and sometimes begins in the simplest of ways, don't forget to hit the like button and share this story with your friends. To never miss out on touching and meaningful stories, subscribe to our channel and help us spread messages of love and warmth to everyone. Let's cherish the beautiful moments of life and love together.